The earthquake unit of Jamaica reported a magnitude 4.2 earthquake that took place on October 19, 2025 at approximately 2:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The approximate depth of this earthquake is 10 kilometers, and the location is approximately 8 kilometers south of Buff Bay, Portland. Here is a Google Earth satellite imagery of my approximate placement of the location. Note where it is. Now, in terms of specifically this location, it is somewhat within a valley and there is the nearby river. I basically theorize or interpret that this river is the actual zone whereby the earthquake or the fault zone exists. This image, I basically have highlighted at least 4 earthquakes that have occurred since 2023 with a magnitude less than 4.0. Note the relative zone of where these earthquakes occur. We can basically see earthquakes that are within the area of St. Mary, and it gets closer to the actual location of the earthquake that took place on October 19, 2025. For this image, you are seeing the earthquakes of magnitude 5 plus, which have occurred in the years of 2024 and 2023 respectively, and you can see relatively their proximity to the earthquake that took place on October 19, 2025. What I've done here is to provide you with comparative images of the earthquake magnitudes above 4 plus and less than 4 within the area of Buff Bay, St. Mary. So what I want you to take away is that within the area of Buff Bay and the St. Mary boundary, you can see 5 earthquakes within the area or the magnitude range of 3 and 5. So in essence, what it is that you can gather is that this zone itself is an active fault zone. And this is relevant in terms of where I'm taking this video here to the interests of real estate. So in that respect, knowing that this zone itself has experienced the shaking that is within the region of 3 plus and 4 plus, even though it is considered as what we call light earthquakes, nevertheless, it does have its place in terms of, causing a shift in the context of the stability of slopes. And in that respect, it basically means, therefore, that it is still making it weaker and less likely to have stability and rigidity in the context of being influenced by rainfall, as an example. So, in essence, land slippage is still a high likelihood, and the whole inconvenience of roadblocks or road itself being broken away because of mass movement, that is still a considerable factor. So, in that respect, even though the reality of earthquakes in this era is light and moderate, if we're going to consider getting into magnitude 5 plus, we must be fully aware that the consistency of the shaking is resulting in weakening of the bedrock and of the overlying unconsolidated material. So if you have interest in real estate and or development, let's just say Airbnb, or any form of agricultural mass scale development, you should take this into consideration. And this also is extending further down into where the fault zone actually runs, which is going into the coastline nearby where Buff Bay is. As I can see, the river basically is an active depository, if I may use that word, of sediment. So in that respect, with the weakening of the slopes, etc., we're going to have the influence of water, you know, eroding and moving the material and depositing that material to the coastline. But not only that, obviously the risk of increased flooding capacity should also be taken into consideration as well. If it's a case that, say, for example, the flow is impeded in certain areas, or let's just say, for example, the flow is even increased because of the fact that, we may have some form of improved or increased space for the whole water to flow in and of itself, not just within the regular river stream itself, but within the tributaries as well. So those are additional factors to take into consideration as we build upon our Portland interests.